For so long, when we've thought about crypto, we've thought about noise, about volatility, the future, arriving with this deafening roar. But what if the next chapter isn't loud at all? What if it's quiet, methodical, something that's actually happening right under our feet, right now? Let's explore what comes next.
Every big technological revolution seems to have its own kind of gold rush, that frantic, speculative phase where the promise of a quick fortune just overshadows everything else. But eventually, the frenzy dies down, the prospectors, they go home, and that's when the real work of building actually begins. So the big question for crypto is exactly this: what happens after the gold rush?
And for years, this was pretty much the entire story, wasn't it? Our eyes were glued to charts just like this one. The wild price swings, those dizzying highs, and the gut-wrenching lows. We treated it like it was the main event. But the thing is, if you were only watching the price, you were missing the real story, the one that was quietly being written in the code.
And that brings us to where we are now. We're entering a completely new era, a time that's going to be defined not by what crypto is worth, but by what it can actually do. This is the beginning of the end of pure speculation.
It makes sense, right? As any new technology starts to mature, the whole conversation around it naturally changes. It moves from all that excitement about quick returns to a much more, a more sober look at its actual utility. We're seeing this happen in real time. The narrative is slowly but surely shifting away from a daily obsession with price to a deeper question of purpose. The market, it's growing up.
So what does this growing up actually look like? Well, it's the moment when abstract lines of code start solving real-world problems. It's when the digital world begins to meaningfully connect with the physical one. We're talking about a fundamental shift from just code to tangible utility.
At the heart of this shift is an idea called tokenization, and it's a really powerful concept. Essentially, as you see here, it's the process of taking a real-world asset, think of a house, a piece of art, even a contract, and converting the ownership rights for that asset into a secure digital token on a blockchain.
And the process itself, when you break it down, is surprisingly straightforward. First, you identify a real-world asset. Could be property, art, whatever. Then, a unique digital token gets created to represent ownership of that thing. And third, that token is recorded on a secure blockchain, creating this transparent, tradable record. This simple process is what lets us take something traditionally illiquid and make it divisible, accessible to a global market.
And this isn't just theory. This is already building a whole new kind of digital economy. We see it with NFTs, right? They're just tokens representing ownership. It's the foundation of decentralized finance, or DeFi, which is creating totally new ways to save and lend. It's powering entire economies inside video games, and it's even enabling new ways to govern organizations through what are called DAOs. This all leads us to the next logical phase, what I'm calling the Great Integration. This is the moment where the world of tokens stops being this separate niche universe and really starts merging with our traditional financial and physical worlds.
Think about it like this. On one side, you've got the tangible world, buildings, infrastructure, physical goods, the economy we've known for centuries. And on the other, you have this digital layer, a network of data, tokens, and protocols. The future isn't about one replacing the other. No, it's about these two worlds becoming one single integrated system.
So, what is it that allows this massive integration to happen safely and at scale? It's not some new piece of code. It's regulation. And I know, for years, regulation was seen as the enemy, an obstacle. But in a maturing market, it becomes the essential bridge. It's what creates the trust you need for mass adoption.
And we're seeing this happen all over the world. Regulators are stepping in, not to shut things down, but to build them up. They're asking for the same level of professionalism you'd expect from traditional finance. Things like mandatory security audits, clear risk management plans, accountability. This isn't about stifling innovation. It's about building a foundation of trust, one that's strong enough to support a global system.
When you put it all together, the shift from price to purpose, the rise of tokenization, this embrace of regulation, it all points to a really profound truth. We're not watching something end. We are witnessing a transition.
The future of this technology might look a lot more like this. Not a flashing, chaotic price chart, but a calm, orderly, and deeply integrated network. A quiet, almost invisible foundation that just works in the background, making our digital and financial lives more efficient, more transparent. That moment of mass adoption, it probably won't be a big bang. It'll be a gradual realization that the technology is already here, woven into the very fabric of our world.
So, the end of crypto as we knew it, the end of that speculative wild gold rush, it isn't really an end at all. It's the beginning of something real,